This is Pearl, and today I'm going to read Little Pilgrim's Progress, Chapter 39, The Story of Little Faith. Christian and Hopeful had not walked very far before they saw a band of soldiers in the distance. They were clothed in dark armor, which did not shine as Christian's did, and the little pilgrims knew that they belonged to the army of the wicked prince. "Do you think they will hurt us?" said Hopeful. "I don't know," replied Christian, and the boys both felt frightened, although they kept steadily on their way. But as the soldiers drew nearer, the children saw that they had a prisoner among them, and they knew by his dress that he was one of the king's pilgrims. The soldiers were hurrying him along, and they took no notice of Christian and Hopeful as they passed by. The pilgrim hung his head, for he was ashamed to let the children see his face. He had once loved the king, and he had traveled very nearly to the gates of the celestial city. Then he began to wander from the straight path, and before long he met with some servants of the wicked prince, who pretended to be very kind to him. He stayed with them, and soon he forgot the good king and left off obeying his laws. He allowed his bright armor to grow rusty, and his garments became soiled and ragged. His rule was lost, and no one would have known that he had ever served the king at all. But one day something reminded him of the celestial city, and he began to feel sorry for what he had done, and to wonder whether the king would forgive him. After a while he left his new friends, and tried to find his way back again into the straight path. The wicked prince heard that he was gone, and sent a band of soldiers to look for him. When the poor pilgrim drew his sword to defend himself, he found that it was spoiled with rust, and he could not use it. So the soldiers bound him with chains, and were now taking him back into the country of the wicked prince. Christian and Hopeful were glad that the soldiers did not speak to them, but they were also very sorry for the pilgrim, who seemed to be in great trouble. "I remember," said Christian, as they went on, "when I was at the Palace Beautiful, I read a story of a pilgrim named Little Faith, who was robbed not very far from this place. I think the wicked prince's servants often come here, and we must be very careful, or they may perhaps hurt us." "Tell me about Little Faith," said Hopeful. "How was he robbed?" "He was very tired," replied Christian, "and he sat down upon the grass to rest, and fell asleep. It was just at the corner of one of the lanes that we have passed, so it was not a safe place to sleep in. 3 bad boys, I think their names were Faint-Heart, Mistrust, and Guilt, were playing in the lane, and they saw Little Faith lying at the corner, so they thought they would steal his things. He was just waking when they seized him, and before he had time to get his sword, they threw him upon the ground and beat him dreadfully. They took all the money out of his pockets, and perhaps they would have killed him, but they thought they heard someone coming." "Who was it?" "There wasn't anyone really, but they knew they were doing wrong, and they were frightened. There is a little village called Good Confidence somewhere among these mountains, and Great Grace, one of the king's captains, lives there. The boys thought he had seen them, so they ran away." "And what became of Little Faith? Was he hurt very much?" "Yes, but they had not found his roll, so although he was grieved to lose his money, he felt comforted, and after a little while he was able to get up and go on his journey."